Ever since Christmas Day 2020, when Playboi Carti's Whole Lot of Red dropped, I was obsessed with this genre. This abrasive, energetic, and chaotic style of rap has led the frontier in experimentation from the mainstream to underground. Today, I'm going to be going over the top 5 best Rage albums. This isn't a ranking, this is just what albums I think define the genre as the best, which have been most influential so far, and which albums I like the most and just think are the best in terms of quality. First up, I'm going to start with Yeat's Up to Me. This is Yeat's first album that really garnered mainstream attention. Although this album borrows a lot of elements from Whole Lot of Red, Yeat's rapping is more influenced by Future and Young Thug. The beats on this project are more industrial, with Turban sounding like it was made in a bomb factory while a car was starting. Yeat's style incorporates triumphant bells, buzzing saws, and more repetitive and melodic melodies. Although this is a great project, it doesn't need to be 56 minutes. Every time I listen to it at around the 30-35 minute mark, I start to kind of lose interest. It also gets very repetitive. Regardless, I think some of Yeat's best work is on this album, and I think this is one of his best albums as well. My standout songs for this album are Morning Mud, Rockstar, Swerved It, Can't Change, and Turban. Che's Say So Says is one of the most underrated albums in this genre. Although Che is still underground, he is currently leading and pioneering the Rage sound, pushing it forward with each new release. His unique style combines elements from dance to hyperpop to digicore while maintaining the same style and sound that Whole Lot of Red laid out. His flow is so unorthodox and effortless that no matter how crazy the beat gets, he still manages to somehow deliver a good, cohesive performance over it. The pacing on this project is good, and unlike most Rage albums, it doesn't wear out its welcome. There are some weak songs, but for 35 minutes, he manages to cram in so many unique and interesting elements that I never really got tired of this project. This is one of my favorite Rage albums, and I think it's a really fun time. I recommend it for anyone who likes mainstream music and is just trying to get more into the underground. I think it's a very good entry-level album for that. My standout songs for this album are I Rot, Saska, You Made It, Pretend We're Sleeping, Get Naked, and Don't Tell No One. Now, I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of this album, but I cannot deny the quality, composition, and depth that this project delves into. Blade's Cold Visions is one of the most consistent, energetic, and solid projects within the Rage genre in general. The beats do a good job at infusing Blade's signature cloud trap and kind of emo sound into a more aggressive and raw Rage sound. A lot of the songs on this album are produced by Filthy. Blade and Filthy's chemistry on this project feels smooth and organic, and it just feels like both of them know what the other person wants and how to do it. This album was a little long for me. I think it's consistent the full way through, but for me, I'm not a big fan of Blade's vocals over this type of music. The sound just doesn't grab me in the way I'd like it to. Definitely recommend this album if you like Blade, or if you like cloud rap or any underground music to begin with. My standout songs were Young Sherman, 1 Second, and Sad Meal. For the next one, I'm going to be doing Flex Music by Osama Sun. This album feels like it's constantly falling apart, and Osama Sun is just constantly trying to piece it back together and keep everything intact. He blurs the line between sloppy and lazy delivery with a precise and intentional sound. His delivery perfectly blends with these disjointed and chaotic beats where, before hearing this, I don't even know how anyone would have rapped over them. This album definitely isn't for everyone, but if you're looking to get into this sound, this is a great entry point for this style and subgenre of music. Overall, I was pleasantly surprised with this album, and I think the standout songs are Trenches, Kills Me When, Uno, and Congrats. Before I get into the last one, I want to give some honorable mentions. Trippie Redd's Trip at Night was the first mainstream release after Whole Lot of Red came out. Trippie Redd's influence to this genre is undeniable. He was on Miss the Rage with Playboi Carti, which was the song that gave the genre its name, and he no doubt has some good songs on this project, but it's just not a good album. Much like a lot of Trippie Redd's albums, this project is inconsistent and feels lazy. There are some great songs like Supercell and Demon Time, but this project is way too long and he doesn't do anything new or interesting enough to keep me invested in the album. My next honorable mention is Ken Carson's A Great Chaos. I can get behind a lot of unorthodox or weird Rage albums. I do not understand the hype with this one. I think the beats completely carry this project. I feel like his flows are lazy, offbeat, and sloppy. Every time an instrumental starts and I'm really getting into it, I'm just dreading for when he's going to word vomit all over the mic. There's some fantastic songs like Green Room and Jennifer's Body, but for the most part, this is a long album that doesn't have enough substance to keep me invested in. All right, finally, the reason why we're talking about this genre at all is because of Playboi Carti's Whole Lot of Red. Playboi Carti successfully took trap, which was kind of falling into a rut at the time, and gave it the edge, abrasiveness, and energy it needed to stay relevant and continually evolve. This album created an entire genre. It brought mainstream fans into the underground and brought the underground into the mainstream. He also gave longtime underground producer Filthy a platform which he has exploded in popularity in. Even though this album was regarded as trash or mid, it has progressively gained more of a cult following, and its sound continues to inspire and evolve with artists today. So I think these are the best Rage albums that have come out in the past 5 years. If you disagree, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.